In section 1.4 of your homework in MyLabs Plus, there's a question about a barnyard and how many animals are in the barnyard. Here's a sample question like that. It can be quite confusing unless you remember to use systems to solve this question. So Farmer McDonald has 100 chickens and goats. We don't know how many chickens, we don't know how many goats, but the total is 100. The other fact is that they have a total of 282 feet. Since we don't know how many chickens and goats, I'm going to say C stands for the number of chickens and G stands for the number of goats. Those are variables that stand for numbers I don't know. Now we need to write a couple equations. We need to write two equations because we have two unknown variables. The total of the chickens and goats is 100, so that will become my first equation. C plus G equals 100. The other equation will have the 282 in it. That's the number of feet the chickens and the goats have. Chickens have 2 feet, goats have 4 feet, so I will multiply 2 times C, 4 times G for a total of 282 feet. Now I just need to merge those two equations together to find the answer for C and G. First, I will take the simpler equation, C plus G equals 100, and rearrange it. I'm going to subtract G from both sides so that I now have C equaling 100 minus G. Now I can substitute that in place in the other equation. I know what C is. It's 100 minus G. I'm going to substitute it right in place of C. I'm going to take C out and put that quantity 100G in its place. I've written that in the next equation. 2 times that whole 100 minus G, and then the rest of the equation. To solve this with algebra, we distribute the 2 to everything in the parentheses. Then we combine like terms. That would be minus 2G plus 4G is 2G. Then we get the 200 to the other side by subtracting it to both sides. The last step is to get rid of that 2 that's next to the G. Since it's multiplied, I'm going to divide both sides by 2. That makes 41 equal G, and G was goats. So I had 41 goats, and since I had 100 total, I have 100 minus 41 chickens. That's 59 chickens.